Hey friends, welcome back to Crusty TV. We paint baits and make some lures. Alright, got the if you didn't watch the last video where I made the stencils, go back and watch that. I'll put a link to it in the top of the card at the end of the video. But we made these stencils and I got them all weeded out. And so we're gonna paint this bass popper, and we're gonna dress a hook for it on the tail. So there'll be a dress hook on it. I'll show you how I do that too. Alright, so let's get started. Colors we're going to use today: titanium white, wicked pearl white, and we already got those two colors on, so we'll set them aside. Then we're going to use vermilion red for just inside the mouth of the popper, and then we're going to hit it with some detail moss green on the back. And then we're going to use this detail smoke black for the spots through the stencil. Okay, so let me get some vermilion in there, and let's spray this mouth and gills a little bit, and we'll get this painted. It's just going to take a little bit. Turn this down because I don't want to blow through the gills too much. Okay, so I'm just going to hit the mouth a little bit. And then we're going to put a little bit just down on the chin. A little further down, kind of blend it in. Okay, that's all we're going to do with that. Let me clean this out and get our... This is a really easy paint job, guys. That's why I figured I'd go ahead and add a tail onto it, put it in this video. Dress it up a little bit. A little tail dressing. So let me clean out this brush real quick and I'll bring you back. Okay, next we're going with this detail moss green. And we're going to put that on the back and down the sides a little bit. Okay, this is a 3.75 Topwater. like to get it darkened down around those eyes. Give it a good shadow. The nice thing about this detail moss green is you can start out really light and get a real nice gradual effect with it. And you don't need to add a bunch of other colors, a bunch of greens underneath of it, because it still gives you that nice vignette down the sides. If you want it dark on the top, you just keep layering it on there till you get it darkened to your liking. All right. Like it really dark up there around the face. All right, I think that's gonna do it. All right, we're gonna clean this out, and we're gonna go right to the smoke black. Okay, we're gonna put our stencil on here, and I'm gonna do that kind of off camera because it's a little harder to get it positioned with the camera in front of me. But here's our stencil we did in the last video, and like I was saying, I wanted the eye so I could line it up. So there it is. I'm gonna peel this off like this. Be real easy when you're peeling them off, and then always keep that card so you can put it right back on there and use it again. So let me do this off camera, and I'll come back with it positioned. Okay, got our stencil on there. You can see I got the little eye that I used to line it up, and sometimes I'll go ahead and cover up whatever's not covered up, just so I don't overspray and leave a line where the stencil stops. So usually I'll just stick a little tab on here, and I'm not too worried about if a little black gets on the eye there. Put a little of this detail smoke black in there, and I'm going to try to do this really kind of light. I don't want it to be too over dominating. Put just a drop of reducer 4011 in there just to help it spray a little bit, because the smoke black is a little thick. I don't want to overdo it because I don't want it to be too thin and run. But the smoke black is a good detail color. Turn down. Okay. Turn it down just a little bit more. All right. Hit it with a little air. Okay, let's see what she looks like. This is the first time I've used this stencil, so I have no clue how it's gonna look. But I'm thinking it's gonna look pretty good. Oh yeah. Nice. I like that pattern. Got a little heavy there on the bottom, but no big deal. And always stick your stencil right back on your paper before you lay it down or touch anything with it, so you don't pick up a bunch of dirt, and you'll be able to use that stencil over and over again. So it sticks right back on the paper. Alright, let me dry this for a second. We'll get it on the other side. I think those spots are going to look really good on there. Okay, we got the other side on there. Let me put a little tab. Protect that tail. Always take one last press on it before you're ready to spray, just to make sure your stencil's stuck down on there. And the nice thing about this permanent, or this temporary, is you can peel it right off without taking your paint off. My tip got a little dry while it was sitting. There we go. Okay. See a little air. See a little spot right there might have missed. Nice. I'm liking that design. Again, stick it back on the paper that you peeled it off of, so you can reuse it. Just like so. Now I still got two good stencils there. Let's take a look at it. I like it. I could probably come back and hit that again with a little more moss green, but I think for this one I'm just going to leave it like it is. I think when they put the epoxy on there, it's really going to pop out. It'll look really good. And again, I'm trying a bunch of different bass patterns just to see which one I like the best. So we'll see how it looks when we get the epoxy on it. But I'm kind of liking it. I think that smoked black does good because it doesn't make it really harsh. I got it a little darker down the line there, but other than that, I like it. Alright, so I'm going to get some epoxy on this. And while we're epoxy, or actually let's get some eyes on it. Let's put the eyes on it. And bring you right back. We'll get the eyes on it. Okay, I think for eyes, we're going to go with this little brown with black pupil. I think those colors will go good together and make the eye stand out a little bit. That's what it looks like. Yeah, like it. It's a little bigger than the spot right there, but the super glue on it's not gonna hurt nothing. It's still got down in there enough to glue it down. And like I said, this is kind of a prototype, just to see how everything turned out. Okay, there it is. Alright, let me get some epoxy on it. And while the epoxy's drying, we'll do the dressed tail. Okay, we're gonna add a little treble dressed hook on the end of our Topwater. And this is one I've already did. This is only my second one that I've ever did, ever. So bear with me. I'll be a little slow probably, but I want to start adding these onto my poppers. And so this one I used a little green flash and some white bucktail. So let's make one. I'm gonna add a little more dressing to it, a little more bucktail, a little more green flash, and we're gonna do this one on a KWD hook. All right, so I already got my bobbin in with some wax thread. I'm gonna wrap that. And I think I built a little bit too much on as far as thread goes last time, so I'm gonna try to be a little more neat with this one, a little better looking. So again, this is just only my third one, so I'm still getting the techniques down. But I'm kind of liking doing these too, and I think it'll add a little more pizzazz to my popper and hopefully increase the catch success. So I got that wrapped under. Go ahead and cut this tag off. Alright, and I got two different kinds of flash here. I got some kind of chartreuse with green, and then I got or actually it's more of a yellow, and then this one's more of a chartreuse green. And I got some that I had cut off the other one, so I'm gonna start so I can use this up first. So I'm going to place it here, hold it, kind of hold it in place, get a few wraps around it. not as fast winding as the pro fly makers, but I think I'll get better. So I'm just going to wrap it a little loose so I can adjust it. I like that. So I'm going to go all the way up to the top. Then I'm going to fold this over. And I got a few short ones in there, but I don't think that'll matter. I'll trim that extra off. Back down. Roll a little tighter. Okay, I'm going to snip these long ones off a little bit, just to even all these up. Okay, now I'm going to rotate my hook. Hopefully I can do this without falling out of there. This vise don't rotate unless you loosen it. So I'm going to try to go easy. I'm probably going to drop it. And I did. And yeah. So we got to recover from that. Get that back on there. And put my hook in a different spot. Like I said, I'm a beginner at this, so bear with me. If my vise would just rotate. I didn't realize that when I bought this one. So if you buy one, I got this kit on Amazon. Come with the box and everything, and it was probably a little cheaper kit, but I think I'm gonna make it work. Let's go back down here and get these in a little tighter. Okay, so I'm going to try this again. Take this loose. Rotate it back this way. And then tighten it. Got my thread caught in there. We'll get it. Get these little extra hairs off of there, flesh off of there. So I got a few more. Put these together. trim these off. Get them all the same length. Yeah. Okay. And get a little bit of this bucktail. And this is what my bucktail looks like. It's white. I'm assuming it's bucktail. It's white fur. Like I said, I'm new to all this, but as long as the end result comes out, I'll be happy. Alright, so I got some of that white fur. I'll trim it off square. Get the loose stuff out. Okay, I'll make an attempt to rotate this again. I'm more afraid of putting a hook in my hand than anything. Let's get a little bit on this side. Get this all cleaned up right here. I guess the main thing is to make sure I get it all under the thread, and then I can get all the loose stuff off. Okay. Try to get this vinyl wrap nice and tight so nothing pulls out. I'm using the 25 denier, I believe, wax thread. Yeah, size 2, or actually I'm sorry, size 4 Treble, Eagle Claw, KVD, KWD. I don't know. Bear with me, guys. Like I said, I'm new at this. Hopefully later down the road you'll see me wrapping them up really nice and fast. But it's been something I've been wanting to do to my top waters, and you guys are seeing it first. Alright. Now, I think that looks pretty good. Okay. Now, I'll take a piece of this catfish line. Wind it in a little bit. Cut it off. Drop it down through here. And then pull it through. And pull it tight. That should do it. Yeah. Looks a little rough. Hey, gotta start somewhere, right? I've been wanting to tie some little crappie flies and things like that too, so I thought I would start with this dress hook. Didn't think my first one turned out too bad. Alright, let me clip that little tag off, and then get me some Loon Hardhead Clear. Let me know what you think of my first one. I know I'm sure there'll be some critics out there, but hey, this is my first one, so, or my first on video. It's only my third one I've done. Like I said, here's the one I did before, and I thought it turned out too bad. Here's my second one I ever did, or third one I ever did. And the other one I did is not down here, so I don't have it close by. But yeah, I don't know. Get all these loose ones off, and I'll bring you back and we'll put it on the bait. Let's see how it looks. Okay, friends, here's the finished Topwater popper, 3.75. This is CC068, the Topwater bass popper with the tail dressing. treble hook dressing. I don't know. I liked it. Turned out pretty decent, I think. I haven't done any of these big 3.75s yet, but I really like the detail on our bass pattern that we cut out on the stencil. So I'm sure I'll be adding that to one of my collections. And my first tail dressing turned out pretty decent, I think. I still think I need to get a little more flash in there. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Alright, so colors we used on this bait today was titanium white, wicked pearl white. We used detail moss green by Wicked, and we used detail smoke black for the black spots on the stripes. And I like how that turned out. That smoke black, you probably can't see it as well on the camera, but it's not a deep black. It gives it kind of a ghosted little effect, especially on the top. What could we do future? Probably come back with a little more detail moss just to knock that back a little bit. But you know, sometimes I like my stencils to pop out. I think that helps, especially if you're selling baits, to be able to see that. But yeah, turned out pretty good. I like the eyes on it. The eyes turned out really good. And oh, we left out a color. We used the sorry about that. We used the Vermillion red. Where up here it is. Sorry, we left out a color. We used the U.S. Art Supply Airbrush Vermillion red for the mouth. Glad I seen that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed watching me tie my first dressed treble hook. And I appreciate everybody that's subscribing to the channel. Numbers are going up, and I'm really happy about that. And I can't wait to get to 500 subscribers so I can start posting some things in my community board. But I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Hit that like button. Share that. Ring that notification bell. And share this video out. It will really help me out. So appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Remember, stay crusty, my friends.